When we work with multiple materials in Blender, we often create copies of our materials and objects, and end up with a junk of materials and their duplicates like this, which looks like a complete mess. So in this quick tutorial, we will learn about 3 different techniques, or 3 aspects of how to delete these unused materials correctly. The easiest way is to simply save your file, and then open it again, or just reload it. So, you will see that now we got rid of all the extra duplicate materials here. But we have only 4 objects with 4 different materials. And in this material list, we have 6 materials, which means we still have some duplicate materials that are not deleted. That is because, for this torus object, we have created 3 material slots here, and we have kept 2 materials in these 2 slots, like the new material and the glossy material. So we have these 2 materials also listed here, and Blender did not remove them when we reopen the file. You can manually delete these extra materials, but you may not know if they are actually used for this object or not. So instead, just select the object, then go to the Object menu. Under Cleanup, use this option to remove unused material slots. Blender will remove the material slots that are not actually used. Now you have to save the file once. Then simply reload or reopen the file. Now, you will see that those extra or duplicate materials are all removed permanently. But there is a big problem with this method. You also lose everything in your undo history. Since we have reopened the file, Blender has reset this undo list and disabled it. If you are at the middle of your work, this reopening of the file may be problematic because you cannot undo any step. So let us look into a better method to do this. In this second case, we again have some unused materials, which we want to permanently remove. So go to the File menu, and under this Cleanup, you have to click on Unused Data Blocks, or Unused Linked Data Blocks, if you have created duplicate materials via a linked copy. Let us go with Unused Data Blocks. It will show you that these unused materials will be removed. Along with other unused data blocks, you need to click on it to confirm. As a result, all the unused materials will be now deleted, leaving only these 4 materials present in this list. And in this case, you have your undo history intact, so you can use the undo feature as usual. No need to reopen the file, you can continue your work smoothly. Sometimes, you may like to keep some unused materials while removing the others. You might be experimenting with some materials, with their look and feel properties, so you created their duplicate copies, which you must retain. But you want to remove all other junks from here. This number before any material name signifies whether they are currently in use or not. Number 0 before any material means they are not being used, and Blender will remove them if you save and reopen the blend file. Let's say we want to keep these 2 materials and delete all other unused materials. So go to the Outliner panel and change the display mode by clicking on this little drop-down. Select Orphan Data. This shows all the data blocks that are currently not in use. Let us expand this group, called Materials. Here we have the list of all those materials which we are not using. We want to keep these 2 materials intact. So click on this shield icon to enable it beside their names. Blender will now assign a fake user for both of them, as you can see that it shows 1 user here. Although they are not actually used in any of our objects, Blender will consider them as still being used somewhere by some user. With this, if we now go to the File menu and we save and reload this file, or if we go to Cleanup and Unused Data Blocks, it will show that 8 materials will be removed, instead of the 10 materials that we saw earlier. So we can see that we still have these 2 materials in the list of our orphan data. And we can also see them present in this materials list. Blender won't remove them automatically. This way, you can keep some materials while cleaning up other unused materials. And the same thing can be also done using this shield icon directly. It will lock this material, so Blender won't delete this when you close the file, even if it is not used anywhere. That was our tutorial today. I thought it will be a 2-minute tutorial, but there are few things that are better be explained than just to show the steps. So it took little over 4 minutes. I hope you like this tutorial. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel.